221G visa refusal. If you have heard about these or if you have received one, I know that that is a scary thing to get a 221G refusal, and that is definitely not what you want to have happen at your visa interview. So I'd like to explain that to you exactly what it means. And for those of you who aren't aware, again, I just want to go over exactly what is a 221G refusal and what happens, like what are the options that are available if you receive a 221G. So basically, a 221G, and I put the information here on the screen so you can see it's a visa refusal under 221G of the Immigration and Nationality Act, means that the applicant didn't establish that they were eligible for the visa. So the Immigration and Nationality Act is the big book, the list of immigration laws. And 221G is part of the immigration laws. And it basically says that a consular officer cannot give a person a visa. They cannot approve their case if the person isn't eligible to receive the visa. So if you receive a 221G, again, that's not something that you want to receive. It means that your visa was refused. And typically that this happens in extreme circumstances. The person might not be eligible because perhaps they lied on a prior tourist visa application and the consular officer discovered that. So that would be fraud and misrepresentation. Perhaps the person had overstayed a visa previously. Or another reason you could receive one of these is that the U.S. Consular officer or the officer at the embassy decided that they don't believe you have a real relationship and they want more evidence of your relationship. In general, the consular officer doesn't really have to make a decision on your relationship. That already happens at the first part of your case with the fiancé visa, the I-129F or the I-130 petition. USCIS decides that you have a real relationship. But if the consular officer suspects fraud and that the relationship isn't real, they would give you a 221G notice. And so exactly what that means, what I had just posted earlier, is that means that the consular officer has decided that it doesn't appear that you are eligible. So what are the next steps? What are your options if you receive one of these? Sometimes there are certain problems that a person can have in their immigration history that there isn't a solution. There isn't a way to overcome the problem. There are some types of issues, like I said, fraud and misrepresentation, time in the United States without documents, things like that, that have a special waiver. And so a person could apply for a waiver if they meet certain requirements to ask for forgiveness. Or if it was your relationship, that they would give you an opportunity to provide more evidence. With that being said, if you're given an opportunity to provide more evidence and you're given this opportunity to prove your case, to prove you're eligible, it's really important that you respond properly, because if you don't, then they can just flat out deny your case, and then that is the end of the road. For some people, there might be an option to refile, and for others, there wouldn't be an option. So it's very important, if you receive one of these, that you take it very seriously. If you don't have an immigration attorney, I would highly recommend that you find an immigration attorney to be able to help you properly respond, to give you the highest chances of success. With the 221G, there are some times that an officer would give you this because maybe it's not quite as serious as not proving that you have a real relationship, but there might be some documents missing. And so if you go to your interview and you didn't bring all of the required documents, for example, for your affidavit of support, if you didn't have the proper financial documents or you didn't bring the right civil documents, they could give you this as well. They could give you a 221G and give you an opportunity to provide those additional documents to be able to approve your visa. But in general, a 221G refusal is a very serious thing, and it needs to be taken. I said you need to make sure you take that situation seriously and that you're very meticulous in your response. All right, so I hope that helps explain the 221G. We've had a lot of people asking, what does this mean? And so again, I'll post it. It just basically means that the consular officer decided that they don't believe you are eligible.